I need you to ask yourself this question. Am I on a self-development journey or I am on a knowledge accumulation journey? Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Elom Priscilla Afi Agbechamedo, and yes, you should definitely subscribe because on here we share value that will help you grow, be a better person, help you on your journey of self-development, as you have told yourself that you are going to do. Isn't that right? Today, we're going to be talking about knowledge accumulation or actual self development and transformation. We are in an era where information and knowledge is all over the place. There's information everywhere. We are literally in the information era where all you have to do is grab a phone, ta ta ta, and you have all the information you need on any subject at all. But it is in this very same generation or era that most people are only hoarding information and doing nothing about it. Some people are on a self development journey this year, but all they have been doing is reading the books, accumulating the knowledge, listening to the podcasts, taking notes. Some don't even take notes, watching the videos and just accumulating all the knowledge, listening to them, but they are doing nothing about all the information or all the knowledge they are acquiring. The difference between someone who has all the information and someone who is getting results is one thing. It is what we call implementation. If all you are doing is reading books, listening to podcasts, watching inspiring videos, and you are not implementing the principles that these resources are giving to you, then you are not on a self-development journey. You are on a knowledge accumulation journey, and that's just the sad truth. How can you transit from knowledge accumulation to actual self development? The first thing you need to do is to do a self assessment. Have a sit down meeting with yourself. Do a review of your year, of all the things that I have read about, of all the podcasts I have listened to that I felt inspired. I felt like this is life changing. How many of them have I implemented? I was telling the people in my community recently that if you are not, my community is called the Mastermind Community. The Mastermind Initiative is given to the right use of the mind, thinking properly, which will in turn inform your actions, and then you get the results you want, right? And we have the community called the Mastermind Community. So I was reminding them recently about how it's a way you can know all the right things, but you would not be acting on them. And it is because honestly, you were not born into a system where you get to do the things you learn. I mean, in our educational system, we have theory, and most of the time, you don't get to practice what you learned in school, right? But if you want a change in your life, which is why you decided to get on a self development journey this year, then you have to bridge the gap between accumulating the knowledge and actually implementing it. So, as I was saying, do a self evaluation of all the things that you have learned this year, all the books that you have read. You read a book on wealth creation or wealth management. You read The Richest Man in Babylon, for example. There's a principle in there that says you should save a percentage of your money every time you make it. But this year, every time you have earned, you spent every penny of your money. You've not implemented anything. You only have it in your mind. If anybody asks you, give me 3 principles of wealth creation, you will rattle it da 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 and da 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 da. My dear friend, you have just accumulated knowledge. Nothing has changed about your life. So do a self-assessment. Ask yourself very hard questions. Of all the things that I have learned this year, how many of them are reflecting in my life? You read a book on habit formation and you are still stuck on all your old habits because you have not implemented even one principle of creating new habits that you read from that book. You know the book I'm talking about. You have read No Excuses, but every day you wake up and you tell yourself, I don't feel like doing this morning. I really don't. I'm not in the mood. And you read No Excuses this year. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If your answer is 2 over 10, 0 over 10, 3 over 10, 4 over 10, we are in the second quarter, you're not doing well. You're on a journey of accumulating knowledge and not self-development. The second thing you need to do is that go back to those materials. Go back to all the notes that you made when you were listening to those podcasts and those videos. When you were reading that book, go back to the notes. I am hoping that when you are taking notes, you have to do, not just the book says this, the book says that. No, I am hoping that when you're reading books, you have a place where you write to do or take homes, and you specifically write the things that you need to change, the things you need to add to your life, the things you need to do. If you don't, then go back, read those materials again, listen to those videos again, and write to-dos from them. When you take out your to-dos from those books, those videos, or those podcasts, you can now have a sit down with them. How do I incorporate these things in my life right now? That is where implementation comes in. If you are only listening to this podcast and you are feeling good about yourself that I've read 10 billion books, I'm sorry to announce to you, you're on a knowledge accumulation journey, which is really not what you want to do this year. So, have a sit down meeting with yourself. First thing, ask yourself questions. Of all the things I have learned this year, how many of them have I implemented? Number two, now how do I incorporate these things in my life? I'm going to give you a very simple example. I mentioned the principle from The Richest Man in Babylon. If you are a 9-to-5 worker, or you own a business, whatever it is that is a source of income, every amount that you get, even if you're a student, when you get your feeding fee or whatever it is from your parents or your caregivers, decide that I am going to keep at least, I'm just going to give a very simple one. I'm going to keep 5% of every amount of money that I get as savings. How do I do that? Write it somewhere. In fact, you can write it very big. Save 5% of any money that comes into my hands. Keep it somewhere that you can see it every day, so that by the time you're leaving the house, you have seen it, that's registered in your mind. When you step out and you get money, when you receive that alert, you know that you need to save 5%. If you're looking for tools to save money, there's Achieve by Petra. Free advertisement for them. Go and download Achieve by Petra. You can even automate your savings. At the end of the month, they should take this percentage of money from your mobile money. All you have to do is to make sure that the money is in there. They will deduct it. You don't have to hassle. Do you see how I am implementing the knowledge from The Richest Man in Babylon? That is exactly what you need to do for every iota of knowledge that you get from all the information that you've been receiving so far. If not, you are going to be doing knowledge accumulation and not self-development. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, do subscribe. Share with your friends that you're on this self-development journey with, so that you don't grow and leave them behind. If not, they will drag you back. So share this video with them. Let them also subscribe. Turn on the notification button so you don't miss any value that we dish on here. See you in my next video. Peace out. Bye.